Eli Tomac, Beast Mode. Welcome to the swimming pool. Hey everybody, Walty Wanderers, buckle up, strap in. We got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows, no sunshine. Just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. We got a good one to unpackage today. Welcome to the show. Hope everybody's doing great. So Eli Tomac, welcome to the swimming pool. Coming back to racing this weekend. It should be fun to see how invested he is in actually racing this weekend. I mean, you would have to assume at this point he just wants to get a gate drop, get some super duper points, and, nothing to see here. Let's just keep moving along. Zero pressure to speak of. I mean, there's always pressure when you're, let me rephrase. There's always pressure when you're a champion of Eli Tomac's stature. Now he's going to minimize it, and everybody around him says, go out and have fun, see where you stack up, no pressure here. But as a racer, what happens when that gate drops, your muscle memory kicks in, and you're designed to race and race for wins. Now, Eli's a smart guy. Let's cut to the chase on this one. He's at the tail end of his career, and I think he's about to take a page out of Kenny Boy Roxon's book. In fact, that's exactly what he's doing, as we now have heard that he's announcing that he's going to do all 4 rounds of World Supercross. It's going to be him and Kenny. This should be really good for World Supercross. But the reality is he's getting paid. This is a payday, just like Kenny is doing World Supercross is investing into Kenny. Now they're investing into Eli because they were probably able to obtain them because they can't get the Wonder Boy, they can't get Sexton, but they could get Eli. And because he's missed so many races, and just because your contracts might have a certain dollar amount set to it, there's performance incentives built into those contracts. So he's got some missing revenue that he can go make up for doing World Supercross. So this is kind of big in one sense, because I know American Moto is doing everything they can to keep our riders from going and doing these one-off events. That's why playoffs have been initiated. It's really just dirt bike racing, but we're going to call it playoffs in the sense to grow the sport and try to use certain buzzwords and other things that have worked for other sports like halftime shows and playoffs to try to give it some juice. But the reality is this is dirt bike extreme sports. It's very expensive. It can't be mainstream. Anybody can buy a football or basketball or a baseball and go play catch. But you can't go buy a dirt bike and go play catch. You just can't do it. It's an expensive sport and highly, highly dangerous. So with that being said, this is probably not the best news for American motocross, supercross, or playoffs, or any of the organization when you get Eli saying, I'm now doing World. Kenny Boy, I'm doing World. These guys are starting, what they're doing now, even like Dean Wilson, Select Racing. You'll probably see Filthy Phil do the same thing. He's going to, off his name, he's got a lot of juice right now, a lot of name recognition. He didn't put in big results. He's not a champion, but he's a likable guy. He gave a little pushback in terms of not fitting into the mold that the Wonder Boy and others have been designed to fit into. And he's going to be able to have a nice abbreviated career too. Just like McGrath initially went Showtime or Supercross only. Showtime went Supercross only. That's what these riders are doing. Now, with the introduction of Super Duper, that was a way to keep these guys from doing Supercross only, going over to do, World Supercross or King of Bercy or Australian or any of these other ones. They want to keep these guys over here. This is going to get really, really tricky moving forward because these riders are being pushed to the limits, and they understand that mainstream media and Wall Street has infiltrated the sport. It's nothing like the sport they grew up watching their heroes perform under. So, there's at some level you got to embrace it. On others, you're always going to look to where the sport originated from and where we've come. And a lot of the old schoolers back in the day, back in the day, I love back in the day. Back in the day was just such a rad time in the sport. Not to say it's not rad. I'm still the biggest fan out there. I'm here running my mouth about it because I love the sport so much. I'll always follow sport. Unless it goes full electric, then I might bounce. But I doubt this thing's going full electric anytime soon. But I'm hoping we never see it actually become a thing, because I think that it's just not a good idea for the sport to have. There's no sound. The electric bikes, there's no real tuning of motors. It's just battery packs. And I mean, it just doesn't work for motorsports. Motorsports are called motorsports because there's a motor, a combustion engine motor, not a battery pack. But the reality is this, back to the topic. Eli, welcome back to the swimming pool. We asked, if you're new, subscribe, jump over to the community page of the YouTube channel and participate in the polling. We asked it, where is Eli going to fit in? Where is he going to stack up? Where is he going to finish in his first race back in the outdoors? This is going to be a good one. Let's go ahead and jump over that polling, take a lap around the comments, then we'll meet back here and wrap this one up. Let's get started.
All right, race fans, buckle up, strap in, roll up your windows, lock your doors when asked on the Walty Walters community page of the YouTube channel. Where will Eli finish on his first race back? 3% of you said Eli for the win. 10% said podium for beast mode. 36% said top 5, and 49%, the majority, said a top 10 for beast mode. Well, let's go ahead and take a lap around the comments. First up out of the starting gate, Z-Fast Joe pops the clutch and comes in with, if he pushes as hard as Webb did, Thumb Buddy's going to get hurt. Boom, and there it is there. You're right. We don't want to push it too hard, beast mode. You better keep that thumb in check. Nice remark, brother, and kind of clever, too. Eric Phillips comes flying into the first turn full of whiskey throttle and says, can't be gone that long in the big bike class and expect anything better than a top 10. Top 10 would be good for the old man. And there it is there, another one for the top 10. Thanks for the comment, my brother. Let's see who's up next. Tom's Tinkering and Adventures launches the step up and comes in with, he hasn't had a gate drop in months. I'm sure he's been training, but a top 10 is realistic. And there it is there. He's probably coming in a little undertrained. A top 10 is probably the most realistic. I would have to agree, but let's see who's up next. Too Fast JM brings us across the checkers with, good question, Walty. I'm going to go say third in Moto 1, top 10 Moto 2. Overall fitness is going to play a big part. And there it is there. Make sure you guys jump in and read the rest. There's a bunch of barn burners. Bring your tear-offs because the roost tends to fly. Let's go ahead and jump back to the studio and wrap this one up.
All right, friends, welcome back. And there you go. The majority, almost half. Top 10. Top 10 for Eli, and I think that's safe. That's a safe bet. I really, you just never know what you're going to get out of Eli. We've seen so many times where the dude just goes full beast mode, and then you see other times where he gets arm pump or something goes on, and he drops anchor a little bit. Top 10 is definitely where betting money should go on Eli. It'll be interesting because I think at this stage in his career, like I said, he's taken a page out of Kenny Boy Roxon's playbook. And he's backing it down. He's at the tail end of his career. It's now time to go into, persevere or preservation mode and try to extend your career and do these world supercrosses, qualify into a super duper. But these guys, the industry tried to make this thing where these guys would stay involved with the outdoors. They're smart. And eventually the industry is going to try to figure out a way to stop these guys from doing this because they're like, I'll just come do a race or two, earn enough points to qualify straight into super duper, and I'm good. These guys want to be at Supercross. It's cleaner, it's easier, it's more fan-friendly, it pays better, the travel's lighter, the temperatures are easier, it's at night, you're not dealing with these brutal heat. The outdoors are just gnarly, and we need it because that's where the sport originated, in the outdoors, in that brutal setting. But as these guys get older, they're not able to put up with it or willing to much more. And final thoughts, I come to you as a friend, as a content creator, as a moto guy, wants to see you not only win on the track, off the track. Understand the waters you're swimming in now, shark infested. Eli, welcome to the swimming pool. Appears you're doing World Supercross. Good job. Can't wait to see you there. Hopefully you and Kenny will put on a good show, breathe some life into that series, make it interesting for the rest of the industry and the community itself. Number 2, welcome back to the races, man. We're all cheering for you. Looks like top 10 is where most people have you pegged, but it'll be interesting to see where you actually land. And that's why Walty will be here to blow the lid off it every step of the way. Because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. Social media links in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels I've appeared on I think you might enjoy. If you enjoyed this video, you're going to love the next video, and there's an easy subscribe icon for your convenience. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars, and God bless you. I will see you on the next video.